Yes, so remember Central Bank of India remains as the only public sector banks that is still under the PCA framework of the RBI. Now, as we know, under this PCA framework, there are a lot of restrictions placed on the bank in terms of expansion, in terms of entering new lines of business. So now what the sources are telling us that RBI is likely to pull out Central Bank of India from this PCA framework very soon. In fact, it is awaiting the financial results of the bank of last fiscal and quarter 4, which will be announced on May 9th. That is what the sources are confirming to us. Now, as we see that central bank's net profit for the past 3 quarters has been above rupees 200 crore, and all the other indicators that are necessary to come out of this PCA framework, like capital adequacy ratio, gross NPAs, net NPAs, they are all above the benchmark that are required to come out of the PCA framework. Now, the sources are telling us that RBI wants to ensure that there is sustainability in the financials of the central bank. That is why it wants to await the financial results that will be announced for quarter 4 and the previous fiscal on May 9th. Now, after reviewing those results, it is anytime going to announce central bank to come out of the PCA framework. Now, also remember earlier a lot of banks went under PCA, a lot of recap was given to the banks. So also what the sources are confirming to us that this year there will be no review of any public sector bank for any recap, and in fact they are expecting all the banks to raise money from the markets themselves. Also, what the sources are telling us that this year, due to the rise in cost of funds, the government is expecting a prominent shift for the public sector banks from corporate lending to retail lending. Now, looking at this entire financial scenario, so the big news that is coming in right now, that Central Bank of India, the only bank that is left under the PCA framework, is expected to come out of it anytime after May 9th.